Brad Johnson here from johnson.audio, and today I'm going to share with you a secret about business and life that was given to me by a very successful businessman that I met in Singapore. And I'm going to explain how this actually applies to you as a songwriter, a producer, and an engineer. So a few years back, I was able to stay with a gentleman in Singapore because of a friend's dad's business colleague allowed us to stay with him, and he sold a company for $700 million. And I remember sitting around the kitchen table with him, and I asked him this question, the very easy question that comes to anybody's mind: how did you do it? And he goes, first of all, how is the wrong question. You don't want to ask how things are done. You just need to know why. If you know why something needs to be built, you can figure out the how later. So let me explain. How does this apply to you as a songwriter? How does this apply to you as a producer? So often I think we want to get into the how-tos, how to get the snare sound, how to mix, how to write a song, how to write a catchy melody. And we're sitting there wanting to know how, and instead of asking the question of why. When you're mixing, why did you put that compressor on there? Why did you make that particular automation move? Why are you, setting up the song and the verse this particular way to enter into the chorus? Why is it that you're even writing the song in the first place? Sometimes I think that we get so caught up in the hows, we forget about the deep whys. And I know Simon Sinek has a book called Start With Why, and he talks about how the best businesses, the best brands are the ones that have a very strong why. They're connected with something that's beyond just hows and whats. And so this is what he was trying to explain to me. The analogy he used was, I don't need to know how a chair is built, I just need to know why. I can find somebody to build it and who knows the hows, as long as you have a compelling enough why. Now, I think that you need to start asking yourself as a songwriter, as a producer, as an engineer, just remembering why you got into this in the first place. If you're like me, it's because music has been my greatest teacher in life. It's been the way that I have related to the world the best. It's the thing that just connects with that inner part of me. And so as a songwriter, as a producer, as an engineer, I want to make sure that I'm creating stuff that does that for other people. We got to remember that our songs are like children. We are going to nurture them. We're going to grow them. But eventually we send them out into the world to interact with the world. And they're going to do whatever they're going to do. And hopefully they connect with somebody and they take that on their journey that is called life. Now, number two that this gentleman told me was that his secret to success was in his library. So now he had a huge library. You go into this giant room and there was books wall to wall, ceiling to floor, and he said that the secret to success was in that library. And I know that this may seem like, okay, you always hear, leaders are readers, successful people read, and there's a lot of books, there's a lot of information out there. And so I remember asking him if there were some books that he would absolutely recommend, what would they be? Because obviously I don't have all the time in the world to read all these books, and I want to get to the best, and I want to be able to just, take what he's learned and try to minimize that learning curve. And he just suggested that you read, first of all, books on people skills. So business is all about people skills. Anything you do in life here is going to be about people skills. So one of the books that he recommended was How to Win Friends and Influence People. And I highly recommend you read that book if you haven't. I would also recommend, if you have read the book, reread it. This is actually a call to my own action that I need to reread that book. As a songwriter, as an engineer especially, and as a producer absolutely more especially, you're going to be dealing with so many people and personalities. You have to know how to deal with them and how to make them feel comfortable and how to make them feel like their art matters and their voice matters, and that you're able to pull the best out of them in a way where they don't feel attacked. Because artists, let's face it, we are emotional people. We are insecure. If music is like our baby, we hold on to that tight. We are very protective of it. And so if somebody comes in and we feel attacked, we shut down. We do not want to bring it out. We do not want to share it. And then we just stuff it away. We do not want to do that as songwriters, and we definitely don't want to do that as engineers and producers to songwriters and artists. So highly recommend reading books on people skills, and How to Win Friends and Influence People is a great, great book for that. There's also some other books out there. They talked about just business mindset, like 7 Habits of Highly Effective People was a big one that he recommended. And between those two books, it's a great way to start. I talked about in a previous video books on audio engineering that are really, really helpful for you, that I feel like if you read those 3 books alone, you'd have the leg up in understanding and being a professional in your engineering skills. And I've taken those 2 things of wisdom with me. And one more thing I want to talk about on the why. I think that this is something that is convicting of me. I've spent so much of my time developing my craft, and I haven't. I'm going to say this right now, candidly to you. I haven't reached those levels that I've thought I'd reach by now. I thought I would be further along in my musical journey. I thought I'd be further along with just the influence and impact that I would make from my own craft. And I think a lot of times I was asking, well, how do I do it? Instead of asking, why is this not happening? Why am I not where exactly I'm at? And then start asking those questions, and those deep questions that will help you discover maybe the things you're missing. It may be that you are super dedicated to your craft, but you're just not doing the X factor over here, and you think that it's because you just need to get another tool, or you just need to get another piece of knowledge. And maybe you got to ask yourself why and change directions a little bit. That might be kind of a lofty kind of thought, but if you need me to expand upon it, leave me a comment, or if you have any questions about what I mean or whatever that is, leave me a comment. So I just wanted to leave those 2 tips with you. Again, you got to ask why, not how or what. Dive deep into the matter, and then also you need to be reading. You need to also develop your people skills. You have to be, you have to know how to deal with people. It's very, very important, especially in this day and age when everybody's trying to be heard, known, and understood. And if you make good songs are going to make people feel that way, and then a good song involves people, it involves team, and you have to make sure everybody's on the same page, everybody's being heard, everybody's bringing their best to the table. So hope you got something out of this. If you did, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. I love to connect with you. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to get more videos to help develop you as a songwriter, producer, and engineer. And I just appreciate all you who've already subscribed already. Your support means the world to me. I just look forward to seeing you in the next video. Again, my name is Brad Johnson, johnson.audio. Take care. Bye.